Crank 'em up. What's up, Chasin Tales? It's episode 64. We got a good one tonight. West Coast owned WFO Motorsports. The owner, it's Brandon Cushing. He's also Jennifer Cushing's brother, if you didn't know that. I was told I had to say that one for the pod. But this guy's doing a lot for the sport out west, getting a lot of boats out there, putting a lot of people in. He's told me what he did with his outboards before moving to inboards. Just really cool. He's pushing, getting very close to having a boat in every class, which I think is borderline crazy, but that's okay. Better him than us.
Borderline's even fair, to be honest. It's insane.
Right. just a little bit. One's enough every
to
now
complete it, he's going to have to go fully off the wall.
Exactly. So he's had flat bottoms, hydros, outboards, anything and everything that goes on the water. I'm sure things off the water as his kids in circle track racing as well. So let's bring him on and hear what he's got to say. Hey, Brandon, thanks for coming on Chasin Tales.
Hey, thanks, guys, for having me.
So I think to start, we kind of gave a little summary of what you've been doing. Why don't you give our fans a little summary of kind of who you are and how you got to come around boat racing?
How I got started, let's see. So I'm third generation in boat racing. My grandpa started it all for us, I guess. Him and Fred Leland were best friends, so it started there. And then my dad raced till 95, and then we took a little break for a little while, and then I guess about almost 15 years ago, I decided to come back. I drove the Cracker Box for a little bit and then went straight into Super Stocks.
How
Nice.
I've been following you on Facebook for a long time. I cannot keep track of your boats. Like it seems like you have this boat and all of a sudden here's another boat and here's another boat. Then I see a picture of a whole bunch of outboards. I'm like, holy crap. And you've put a number of people through in your racing program.
Yeah, I can't even tell you, like in my outboards, I couldn't even tell you how many people I had drive for me. I think we stopped at like 30 people probably. I've had drive my outboards. Some new, some not so new. I would say I've probably had at least 10 new people, if not more, in outboards. And I know I've sold at least 10 new people outboards. Most recently, I just sold a new family, 2 new outboards in the last 6 months. One being picked up here this week. A new family just bought another outboard from us. They bought a J boat from us, and now they're buying another one, I think. So we got to grow the sport. So there's a lot of boats in garages.
We need like 10 of you sprinkled around the country.
Yeah, right.
That's awesome, man. I applaud that. That's really cool.
Rough estimate, how many of the boats that you've owned or sold have you gotten to drive?
Oh, to be dead honest, I've only drove 2 hydros. I drove the Gangrene Vintage and the Tsunami are the only 2 hydros I've ever drove.
Yeah,
that's
crazy.
And outboards, I've only drove 1 outboard, and I've probably owned 40.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Holy crap.
That's crazy.
So
that's wild.
Well, it sounds like
wild.
It kind of all started with the Fred Leland connection. I mean, he had a ton of boats throughout the years. So is that kind of what drew your inspiration to be this pillar to bring new people into the sport?
I was all about racing myself. I was big about racing for myself till I didn't want to anymore. I guess after my accident, and then my son started racing. I decided when my son started racing, it was all about him. And then I decided if I'm not going to race, I might as well make it about everybody else.
That's pretty cool.
And then it started with Randy, and then it just decided to go from there to I can do a lot more. If I'm not driving, I can focus on a lot more.
So how many boats do you currently own right now?
I couldn't even tell you.
Trying to hide it from the IRS.
He does have one for sale, folks.
So
if you
a lot of them, to be dead honest,
trying to sell one.
There's some that I own and some that I don't. Like The 1 liter I just picked up, I don't own that. Dennis Johnson owns it, but we're running it for him. Like the K boat I drove this weekend, that's my dad's. The Hobbit that I have, that's actually Rob's boat. I just own the motor in it, I guess, because I rebuilt it. Spent a bunch of money on converting it to alcohol. Our 2.5 mod, everybody knows that, the old A7. Randy English gave that to us. So that's ours now. I'm putting a new bottom, or having a new bottom put in that one after it fell out. So the 1 liter's ours, the 2.5 stock's ours. I don't even know. The less I know, the better, I guess.
Yeah, makes it
So,
easier.
so does your son race in the T class right now?
Well, he did Sunday after we ran early enough that we completely stripped it and gave the boat back Sunday because it wasn't ours. It was Corey Peabody's boat. So
That's
Corey
funny.
took it home Sunday after the races.
Okay. Okay.
But
So
we will.
what's that?
I said we will have a T boat next year. Ryder Burks has Ed Thompson's old T boat,
Okay.
and he's part of our team, so he will be running that next year.
Okay.
He'll be of age.
Nice.
Yeah, it was.
Nice.
They bought that a little early for him to be able to drive, right? He's had to
Yep.
wait to be able to drive it.
Yeah. So next year, my team will have every class except a 5 liter,
That's crazy.
and that may change. Somebody wants to help me.
You need it out there. The 5 liter class is a little struggling out there.
Well, I want one just because actually I wouldn't mind driving one myself. I want a 5 liter just because if I'm gonna put people in boats, I bet Charles drove a 2.5 stock. He's probably a little big for a 2.5 stock, but he had fun. It was his first time actually driving a boat, and a 5 liter, he'd fit in a 5 liter better. But if I'm gonna get new people in the sports, you gotta have stuff people fit in. So a 5 liter would probably be ideal.
Yeah, for sure. The cockpit's adjustable. Can put a small guy, big guy, all that good stuff.
Who wasn't there a 5 liter just went up for sale out west? A blue one, I forget the name.
Yeah, Bryce Todd.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, it went for sale.
Yeah, I have a boat I want, and it's got a Henderson in it, so it's a boat I want. I just got to figure out how to make it happen.
Yeah.
There you go. All right, so dialing it back away from the growing the sport kind of thing, you had a crazy accident many years ago in a capsule flat bottom, and I know that's a sore subject for a lot of people because everyone says capsules are great, but you are one of the ones that had a near-death experience in a capsule. Can you walk us through that and how that's kind of changed your perspective on things since then?
Yeah, it's crazy to think about it. 10 years ago, in 10 days, it'll be 10 years. I mean, capsules are good to a point, I guess, but I'm a flat bottom guy. I still think they have their goods and they go both ways, I guess. But mine, I'll be dead honest. I'll tell everybody, check your bayonets. Mine were all backwards. And I'll be the first one to tell everybody that because it's about safety, you know. And so that could have been good or bad. I mean, it's a learning experience for everybody. So I don't remember anything from my crash, so I can't really tell you much about it other than I landed in shallow water. It was in the middle of the DMZ where I stopped.
Wow. That's crazy.
So you got stuck. The capsule wouldn't open was part of that? I can't remember. That was a long.
No, the capsule was about 12 inches off the bottom. They actually had to hook it up and drag it out to deeper water to open it.
Okay. Now, what was the I mean, I might not want to get into this. But what was the response time for the rescue to actually hook up to that to pull it to a deeper?
I think they were there quick enough and they got
Yeah.
in there and they stuck their arms in there from what I was told. And they were using their own air mask blowing bubbles in my face at the time. And they were trying to figure out what to do.
Yeah.
From the pictures I seen and this timestamps, I mean, it took them a little bit to get me out.
Yeah.
But they got there right away, and it was just figuring out what to do and how to get it out.
Yeah.
Well,
It's half the battle is just getting there.
well, I mean, you're here. You're not crazy. Well, you are crazy. You have way too many boats. But so their response time was fast enough. It saved you. They did their job. So, but we had an accident out here last year, and you know, you always want to try to look at rescue. How can they improve? Not that I'm saying any rescue is bad, but just like safety equipment, rescue is our safety equipment, right? So there's always ways for rescue to improve, and then for us to improve and try to improve everything for everyone to be more safe.
Yeah, I don't think they could have done anything different. The only thing maybe that I think could help a lot of race sites is more training, but I think we do a lot enough training as it is, but there's not actual in my case there wasn't enough training because of the how often do we deal with the shallow water? We never would have
Yeah,
thought about that.
I mean,
Especially being in the DMZ.
yeah. Have you ever
Yeah.
like did a dunk test in the shallow end and let the divers try to figure out how to get you out? I mean, you
Yeah.
don't think of stuff like that, right?
Nope. And that's not something you really run into. So they do plenty of
Yeah.
training on that. It's just something that they have to fly by the seat of their pants at times like that, and it's going to be what it is.
And I think for the most part, we have pretty good rescue teams that can take care of situations like that.
Yeah, without Region 10, I wouldn't be here. I mean, they did everything they could, the quickest they could, the best they could.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. We had a similar one out here in Ken Island. Paul Ringer, didn't he go upside
Yep.
down and get stuck? And
Jerry
I think
Ringer.
they had to flip the boat to get him out. I believe. Again,
Yeah, they did.
age. But yeah, that's how all these rescue teams
Well,
learn. Go ahead, Brandon.
Yeah, I was gonna say flat bottoms. The robots used to say type 4 capsule for the longest time, and I'm like, that says escape hatch. Like, you can't put escape hatch on the flat bottom. I'm sorry, you just can't.
Right.
No.
Yeah.
I'd like to see someone try. It would
They
not be
finally
good.
fixed it, I think, 2 years ago.
Did they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
That's what,
wild.
15 years later?
That's wild. That's crazy. So, what's your you're looking for a 5 liter now, but what's your guys' goals in the near future? I know your son's going to still be racing T-boat. Does he plan on moving up, or does he
So
want to
my
do outboard stuff, or what?
so my son is. We bought the old Fury boat, which I don't know what it was when it was back east, but you guys
Two
know
and a
better than
half.
I do. Yeah, so he's going the 2.5 next year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Awesome.
So I bought that boat. I got 3 motors for it. We're gonna leave it a Ford till they're all garbage, and when they're all garbage, we'll switch it over to a Honda. Um, but he's gonna drive that. He'll be 15 in November, so he's gonna start driving that. He said the T-boat's too slow.
I don't
Um,
blame him.
well, he's raced outboards. His Pro 125 outboard does 75 mile an hour
Yeah.
on a paddleboard. Let's just look at it that way. So
Yeah.
you
So
hop
when
in
you
a
get into a
T-boat.
T-boat, you're like, this is like a golf cart.
Yeah, he gets bored. He's like, he'll be reading the gauges to me. He's like, "This is my lambda. This is my oil pressure." I'm like, "Just shut up and drive." Like, come on. He's like, "This is boring."
Oh,
Granted,
that's
our
great.
T-boat was nose heavy, so it wasn't super fast, but it got him qualified so that he could go 2.5 and 1 liter.
Actually, I think that boat did run as a T-boat for a little bit, and then she stepped up to 2.5 stock.
What
Yep.
boat
It
was
was
that out here?
Leah Husix. Because Brandon, you raced against her when she had that boat.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
It was
when you
Leah's
were
boat. It was
racing
T-boat,
T-boat.
and then it went 2.5.
Yep. Yeah, and then I'm not quite sure what year they sold it. I want to say 09 or 10, maybe something around there. Then it went out west.
Yeah.
But that's
No, it was later.
one
It's Carson raced against him.
I believe that's the only one of the few Hendersons that has the raised center section above the sponson deck, correct? Yeah. Okay. All right. So yeah, it's a little unique.
Brian's done
That's
pretty
cool.
well with that thing out there the last. I mean, I know he hasn't raced the last year, maybe year and a half, but prior to that, boat ran really well out there.
Yeah, they tipped it. Jason's nephew was running it and tipped it over at Yeah. Jason, they tipped it over at Waterfalls. So I took the lid off of our spider boat and made it fit so we could at least run this year.
Yeah.
And again, I'm just putting new people in it. The guy never drove it. I put him in it just to get him some seat time at Manson this weekend.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool.
Run our
Yeah, it runs fine. I mean, we had a little bit of carburetor issues with it, but we got it all dialed in, and he got his seat time. And we're going to take all 3 motors and dyno them this winter and get them all cleaned up. And that's going to be my son's primary ride for next year.
good. That's all.
Nice.
He'll chase points with it, probably, knowing him. I mean, he wants to have fun.
All right, so
Good.
Awesome.
you're opening up for a
2.5.
good,
Awesome.
good segue here. Our goal for APBA Inboard, a rule we're going to put in, is to split the country. Have a West Coast challenge and an East Coast. Have both can win a number 1 plate, much like Supercross 250s do. What would be your feeling on that? So that basically to keep the cost down, you guys can race in Region 10. We can race out here. Everyone has a chance for a championship without crisscrossing the country.
Mine crossing the country.
But do you do it? Would you do it for chasing points or for the love of racing? Yeah.
Yeah, I would. I would do it just because.
Dang, Aaron.
But yeah, I mean, actually, you know what? I'm kind of almost for it. I guess it don't matter. But I don't know. I'd have to sit back and think about it.
Well,
Is there enough of them? Let's think about that. Is there enough of them? Because really, on the West Coast, we'd only be racing Region 10. So you're talking a Region 10 being their own group. So the last couple races, if I wouldn't have bought Jason's boat and we wouldn't have ran it, there wouldn't have been a 2.5 stock class. You've had Jason's boat, which is with us, and I've been just putting anybody in. I put Randy in it at Brewster, and I put Charles in it this last weekend. You've had Kyle Davenport's boat, and you've had the Crazy Eight stepping up. That's all we've had the last 2 races. And if I wouldn't have bought that boat and brought it out and put somebody in it, we wouldn't have had a 2.5 stock class. Now, granted, Kip and those guys have one that they're going to be bringing out. Hopefully we can pull out some more. If not, we're going to have that. That's why we bought it. Originally, we were going to put Cannon in a 1 liter. Somebody told me, you need to buy a 2.5 stock because that class needed some help. And 1 liters have plenty, which I have 2 1 liters right now. So I really could have got away without buying a 2.5 stock. But the class needed help. So we went and got a 2.5 stock, which I'm fine with. They're a lot easier to work on.
They constantly run.
They're a lot less temperamental.
So does your 1 liter mods have a gearbox? Is it a 2-stroke?
So one of them, the one Dennis Johnson's does, and our other one does not.
Okay.
Johnson's a 91.
Yeah, Archibald's old boat.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you take the 91, you're already saving $1,000 there if you want to put a Honda in it because you already have the gearbox.
Can't help
It's
himself.
not my boat.
Yeah.
I'm just running.
Can't help himself.
Oh,
But
that's true.
yeah, back to
That's
the
true.
split in the country thing. We've talked about that a lot, and I feel like there are racers that are they want to change coast and try to race these bigger venues, or they want to go to say Hampton or Decatur, those things. And what we're feeling is that if you split it and you have a championship on each coast, you're not making that guy race all the way out west. Like right now in 2.5 stock, you have Davenport that to win high points, he has to come east. That's a huge financial burden for somebody that you haven't seen all year. So to us, you should race the guys all year long to win a championship, much like we do in HRL. And then from the other side of it, for where I'm more interested, is the marketing side of it. It's really hard to sell a national sponsor, but if we could regionalize it and make this a big deal, because region points is not as big of a deal. It might be out there, I'm not sure, but if you make it like a championship, it's something that's very marketable.
So there's 2 things me and my son, after his whole Hall of Champions mess, his 8 world records and high points and all this stuff we've done over the years, there's things that people remember. Nationals wins, high points, and records, right? Those are the things that matter. So if you split the country, why wouldn't you do something like, okay, if you split the country, you could have 2 US ones or whatever. But what if somebody did want to do like something above it and have something
We
like a
we
world?
want
I don't know how
a
you do it.
Well,
So,
so
yeah,
that
we
some
was
want an
combined
part
East
of
something.
what
West
we talked
showdown.
about.
You could
Yeah.
win the US one at this one race.
Right now, Decatur's kind of the sole location for that, but it would be cool if we could find a couple more in that central
Yeah.
region that you
Like
could
if
bring the
you
coast
mean,
together for a one weekend kind of winner take all.
and then you win the
You know,
US one if you
find
win
something for it.
that.
You know, we can call the title whatever hell we want. Come up with something cool. Come up with a cool emblem, something that goes with it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And I mean that race, if it worked out, you know, the way we all want it to, you know, this vision we have, you know, a long term vision, that would be the coolest race every year. There's no doubt about it. If you could get it to be what it should be, it would be the coolest race every year.
Yeah, just as long as it's not flow
Yeah.
somewhat
Yeah,
central,
Central is the
reasonable.
best. I mean, that's why I think Decatur's positioned well. There's been talks of some other Midwest races for the bigger boats for sure, but so there's definitely options, and I think it gives you something to sell to a town. Like when we had Dana Potts on earlier in that episode, just having something you could sell to a town like, hey, this is a showdown between the West Coast and the East Coast. We have a marketability to say, hey, these people hate each other. They're coming to win this race. Like you just build it up to be something bigger than just say going to the Nationals or whatever we have now.
Yeah, I mean it's something. I mean, like I went to Evansville to go race, right? I mean, you got to go. You got to if you want to win something, you got to go once in a while. And if you're chasing points, you got to do it just because that's what it takes. Um, that's what it should take. I mean, you shouldn't be able to win. Nothing against guys who win high points sitting in your backyard, but that's not in my. Uh, that's not really how it should be. You should have to earn it. You should have to
Yeah.
race the people
Yeah.
across the
When they went
country.
to like the 15 days, I think that kind of hurt it for the people that just they want to travel. That's their goal. They might not be the fastest boat, but they're going to
Yeah.
hit every race they can to win this high points. I think when we got away from that, it kind of hurt that part of it.
And I think at the time it might have worked because you had a lot more boats, and it's like any race you showed up to, you were probably looking in most classes at 5, 6, maybe 7 boats. Like we just unfortunately don't have that boat count anymore. So now it's you're showing up to 15 race days, and you know, east or west, you're probably showing up to a quarter to a half of them where you're finishing fourth or best, third or best, even if you just finish the heat.
But you're true. I mean, when I was a kid, man, I remember going to the races and there'd be 70, 80 boats. There'd be
Yeah,
15 super stocks, 6K boats, 8 pro stocks, a dozen 5 liters, you know. That was a normal weekend
yeah,
and
yeah.
over.
I think the format was maybe not even bad 10, maybe even longer than that, 20 years ago. It's just like boat count's gone down, and now like you know we're kind of right in the middle of this debate right here. We've got us versus Davenport right now. Shit, this dude might be in Idaho right now. I don't know where he's at. He's got to come here to beat us. We don't know, and it sucks because we've raced each other once this year. Well, I guess 4 times in heats, but one race this year in Decatur. You know, that's kind of where some of our idea comes from. Is that's really where these the last several good high points battles have come down to is Decatur in the middle and what you do against each other. And
Yeah.
I know Decatur hasn't been around more than the last 2 years for a while, but before that, I mean, it was the one or boat that might travel west or the 1 or 2 boats that might travel east.
And as Kyle's boss, I can tell you right now, he does not have enough vacation time to travel west.
So what you're saying is you're going to take the boat west for him and let him fly
Exactly.
over.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
then I have to go
Yeah.
talk to my boss upstairs. And that's
Bobby's
not
taken
gonna
that
happen.
cube van trip before.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I remember sleeping in the mountains in the back of a cube van on a 1970s couch that had springs popping out of it and couldn't fall asleep. So I started chugging beers to fall asleep just so I could get a night's sleep. Man, and it was cold in those mountains in September. Holy crap. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It is
You
cool.
drive
I
long
do
enough,
think.
you'll just sleep.
Sorry, go ahead, Brandon. My bad.
I said you drive long enough, you'll sleep. I made it down to Phoenix and back in 42 hours, which
Ooh.
is 2,500 miles.
Damn.
That's crazy.
Probably slept for 2 days after that.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I was about to say you must have been unconscious for a minute after that one.
A lot of Red Bull no-dos.
Yeah.
I do think it would be really cool if we still had the boat count we used to, because, like you said, I think the rules were written that way, and we even see it in other classes or other disciplines of inboard now. You know, the offshore stuff like that, inboard or outboards, where like traveling across the country like that does really mean something. And you're showing up and you're still racing 10, 12 guys. Like you're not showing up to get a guaranteed fourth if you finish heat, stuff like that. It would be really cool. That's why I think that's where the spirit of our idea with this rule proposal comes from, is we are kind of just accepting the unfortunate reality of what we have right now. And I do think it's a way to make what we have to deal with in terms of boat count more exciting.
Yeah. We just got to get people to pull their boats out of the barn
That's
and
it.
run them.
Yeah,
a
there's
lot
no
of them
doubt
out
about
there.
that. There's no doubt about that.
You seem to be doing a good job of getting boats.
It's
out
cool
of the
though.
barn,
Like
so keep moving.
yeah, it's cool too. And I think we talked about it, especially early this year, the T class that's been built up out west, and you know that seems like, you know, unless something severely changes, like that is going to funnel into your guys' 2.5 class and build that into a several boat class. And I mean, that's the point.
Yeah. I think the T-boat class next year is going to slow down a little bit, and I think you're going to see some of those guys move up. But
Good. And that's what you
Well,
should have happen.
That's the intention of the
It's
class. So
yeah.
that's awesome.
And
That's
the
really
never ending
cool.
problem is you just got to keep getting people into those T boats.
yeah,
And
exactly.
but
And I think
that's the goal.
that's going to happen. I mean, I sold our T-boat motor Sunday in the pits when I took it out
Awesome.
of the out of our boat. I
Wow.
literally put it in the back of somebody else's rig
Nice.
to go home with them.
Good.
So
It's good.
That's
good turnover right
there. That's awesome.
No, it's cool.
That's
I
really
think
cool.
you guys getting that T class revived out there was cool. Just to, it really is an age gap, because you get kids that show up and think it's super cool, but you got to wait till you're 16, 15 now to drive the 2.5. And, you know, you get the 13-year-olds. They going to sit around and just watch for 2 years? Probably not.
And which I'm glad they lowered it to 15 for 2.5s and then got the T class out there, because if a kid has to wait till 16, by the time he's 16, he's got his license, he's driving around with friends, and you say, hey, let's go boat racing. You know, wanting to hang out with friends, the boat racing's out the window. So I'm glad they lowered it to try to bring those kids in the racing before they get to enjoy a little bit of freedom outside the house, to try to reel them in and get them to race more.
yeah, I'm just glad that, like, with Strong getting those T-boats over here and Kip and everybody getting those T-boats over here and getting those out there and bringing some of the outboard guys into that. And I mean, Corey gave us a T-boat. It didn't work out very well, so Corey gave us another boat to try, and that was just, it helped us because we were focused so big on the outboards, and then once Cannon got into the inboard stuff, he really liked it. And yeah, we'll still race outboards, but he only wants to chase world records with his outboards. We got some fast stuff still, but it'll sit there. But he just wants the pro stuff because the other stuff's just too slow. And once he got in that two and like the T-boat, it was okay. I know once he gets in the 2.5, he's at 15. I mean, he's racing cars at 85, 90 mile an hour already at 14. The cars, now it's 2.5. I'm glad they're gonna, you can run him at 15 because he was bored with the T-boat. I don't think he would do another year in a T-boat at 15.
Good thing you're already looking for a 5-liter.
Yeah. No, when he's 17, I guarantee whoever's driving it, he's kicking him out.
That's awesome.
What
That's the way it should be.
You guys having such a strong connection to outboard as well, is there interest from some of the other young drivers in outboard that you guys are around and racing inboard as well?
Well, so Ryder Burks, that has Ed's boat. I mean, they run outboard, so they're coming inboard. There's a couple others that are going to go inboards I know of that are looking already. Yeah, there'll be a few of them that'll come up. I know of a few that are looking. Some of them already have air helmets and they get capsule trained, so they're ready. They're just waiting for their
That's
turn.
awesome.
Yeah, that's cool. I do feel like that
So
that move from outboard to inboard has always been more, not in a bad way, but more of a West Coast thing. I don't think we've always had the
Because we
best
never
Always
raced
been.
outboard
together, I think.
out. We just, yeah, it's really just never been outboards out here. So it's kind of, you just in inboard or you're not.
and nothing against East versus West, but I mean, how often do people like myself just say, "Hey, here's an inboard, go take it for a
Not
spin out
often at
east"?
all.
No, yeah.
I mean, it's honestly, how many people just say, "Hey, here's a 2.5, here's a 5, here's something, go drive it." Uh, Canning comes home from school and just works on boats. I mean, I guarantee he's out in the
That's
shop
awesome.
right now working on something. That's what he does every day. And if it's not his boat, it's somebody else's boat that we have there. And he wants to grow the sport just like anything else. He's got the drive just like you guys do. You know, he wants the sport to grow because he'd rather beat you because he outdrove you, not because he outsmarted you. I mean, he'll put you in his boat just like he did the 2.5. He's let other people drive it, even though he's been working on it.
That's awesome.
You know, it's in his blood. He wants the sport to grow. He wants it to be around for his kids.
So what are you gonna do in a couple of years when he's like, I want to go to Valleyfield?
We'll be there. Don't be surprised if we show up
I
to
like
the
that. That's
HRL race
awesome.
this year.
No,
and hang
that's
out.
cool. It sounds like with his ambition, he's gonna want to come over to Valleyfield at some point.
We plan to attend an HRL race
Nice.
or more this year.
Awesome.
You'll see us there.
There we go.
That's
we'll
awesome.
Come hang out.
That's
That'd be
awesome.
fun. So I think we're getting to that closing stage, the wrapping up stage. We'll let you get out of here, but we got a couple of things to wrap up. I would say one question is, if someone's on the fence about trying hydroplane racing, what would you say to them?
Just try it.
That's it. You'll be hooked.
What do you? Yeah, just try it. If you're scared about it, I always tell everybody if you're scared to try it, just try it. But if your first try, if you want to do outboards, I always tell them to go drive a go-kart. If you can drive a go-kart, it's similar to that because you're sitting on the ground. If you have a place you can go drive race cars, you know, some racetracks you can go rent a Hornet and go drive a Hornet. You can do that for cars. But if somebody wants to drive an inboard, give me a call. We don't have a school boat out here anymore, but I'll be
That's
happy to
awesome.
help you out.
It is one of those things you just got to do it too. Like there is no real comparison.
Yeah, I mean, again, I only drove 200, so I can't tell you much about it. I always have to go ask Cannon, dude. He's drove more than I
You were
have with
back in the
hydros,
K-boat
so
this past weekend. How'd that feel?
it's good. It's
It was,
fun. I was taking it
yeah, I
easy
don't
for a
think
little bit.
I got the GP motor behind
For
me,
a
same
little
motor,
bit.
but I don't think I could do it in a flat bottom. I ain't got the cojones.
Yeah. Well, this one's on gas. My alcohol
Okay.
is sitting in
In
Cannon's
his
bedroom.
bedroom. Yeah,
It's got to
exactly.
stay clean. That's awesome. You work in our
Yeah,
shop.
if he's
I
ever
put it in
late
his
for
bedroom.
school one day, just fire it up.
Yeah.
That's great. But yeah, I think that's any. If you have anything to wrap up with, feel free to say it. But we appreciate you coming on Chasing Tails. It's really cool what you're doing for the sport out west. We applaud everything you're doing, and hope we can help you out in any way and promote everything you. We'll drop your social media links on our page tomorrow, and we appreciate you coming on.
Yeah. Yeah. Again, if anybody wants to try, man, reach out to me. Like I'm more than happy to let people try boats. Like I said, I love putting new people in boats. If I can help, let me know. I'm really trying to buy a 5 liter. If I can make it happen, I will. But it all comes down to dollars, and Mama don't want me spending no more money. So we'll see how this winter goes. I've bought enough boats in the last couple months, so if I can make it happen this winter, I will. And that way, I want one with the big capsules so we can put bigger people in them if we need to. Let them try. And I want to put an LS in one with actual real injection and not a spider web.
Yep. Yep.
I want to
I
do
hope
it
you
right.
do. I hope you
Yep.
do. We've been waiting to see that.
I'm 100%. If I buy a 5 liter, it's going to LS, and it's going to be done right with a real ECU with an
Yep.
aim dash. Yes, I said aim dash. and we're gonna do
That'd
it
be
right.
awesome to see. So, I mean, our listeners, we're widespread here. So if you got funding and you want to send it to a good use out in Region 10, get in contact with Brandon Cushing. Let's get him a 5-liter this winter.
We'll do it. We'll make it run. We'll put people in it that matter so we can get
Heck
this
yeah.
sport to grow.
All I'd say is I appreciate what you're doing out there, man. I'm excited to see Cannon run next year in 2.5. Hopefully, you said we'll see you out here at some point, so that should be fun, and maybe we'll have to get him on the podcast here at some point.
Sounds good. Let me know. We'll be east at some point next year, one way
Awesome.
or another. We'll be out there
We're
to see you
excited
guys.
to see you.
All right,
Awesome.
cool. Looking forward to it.
All right. Well, thanks for coming on.
Sounds
We
good. Thanks,
appreciate it.
guys.
Yep. Have a good one, man. Thank you.
Yep.
Take care.
All right. Where'd our head of rage go?
I don't know, man.
Jimmy,
Head of
I
rage.
beg to differ. Brandon has proved
Yeah,
that you
I
might
mean-
need training wheels for the skip.
So some people it's not necessary. So yeah, I mean, go ahead, guy.
I wonder, did he actually give a
No,
current number of
said
boats that like he has
couldn't
like at
Too
the
many.
remember how
compound
many
right
he's
now?
had. Too many.
It's a lot. I've seen a couple of pictures, and it just seems
Oh,
like
yeah.
there's a new one in every
He's
picture.
he's an awesome dude to have on the West Coast or just in the sport period. Just kind of an ambassador. He puts butts in the seats. He's getting people to experience it. So it's kind of like the driving school, but a lot more hands-on
more events.
experience. You got
Yeah.
more events, and what he's doing is pretty awesome. I'm excited that his son's stepping up in 2.5 next year. That's going to be pretty exciting, pretty cool to see. That's just even though it's Brandon Cushing's son, that's just to show the T class got another person moved up and racing.
Gunner said he's got 14 boats.
Wow,
Damn,
that is ridiculous.
Yeah,
He might be
No, he
Bardish.
ain't got King holding a candle Bardish.
He
Bardish
might
got
be
14
Bardish.
unlimited. Yeah,
Are we talking about fully put
pieces.
together, or?
Just pieces.
But yeah, Region 10 did a real good job this weekend, and I feel like more people posted throughout the weekend, so I kind of had an idea of what was going on. Really cool to see the Bartels family win high points again in 2.5 mile.
Congratulations.
That's awesome. We plan to have them on at some point too.
And it looked like, even though Justin finished in front of them, like Justin, I look like had that
he's
Honda
he's
running pretty
real
good this
with
weekend.
it, so that's real cool.
It was
That camera
Pretty
thing was
wild. I do have.
that was wild. I haven't really seen that good of a one.
I look
in
at
the-
it from a
in the
safety
Type
respect, though, and I'm like, yep, that's exactly why I don't wear a life jacket. The belts are kind of a little off,
yeah.
they're not in the end down of your
Yeah.
shoulders like
Yeah.
they would be without a life jacket.
3. I'm really confused by the
that-
light above him, though.
That's
what happens
no,
with
it's
the hole.
probably
Was that on the
cutout for
cell
hand-
part
for
or the hole?
the hole and just sunlight's coming in.
Can you wear a Hans? when you
Oh,
wear
you're right.
Yeah,
a
you
life
totally
jacket
was
like
wrong.
that?
It just looked like
he
a
had
light.
Hans
You just
on, I
get
think.
bulky.
I think he had a safety solutions on.
You just get bulky.
But yeah, it's just so much. I've always argued that you have so much padding that like you can't, no matter how hard you
Can't
pull, you
tighten
don't
it
get
down.
perfectly tight.
You
And
can
then
at
you
the
move
dock,
around because there's
can
so
at the
much
dock.
cushion. Yeah,
and then once you get out there, they're just like bloop bloop bloop. That's like in a
But
skiff.
personal preference.
You know how many times in a skiff I reached up and have to keep tighten down
Dude,
throughout the
Have
heat?
have you seen half the pictures of these skiff guys this year? Like the one of Birdsall from Madison, my man's like hanging out the front, like, and
I remember
and some old ones, Dave Greenlaw.
first time riding with old man Greenlaw. I'm sitting there and we leave the pits and he just goes like this. He goes, "Rump, rump." And I'm like, whoa. I'm like, you're supposed to be strapped in there, Hoss. What are you doing?
He's like,
Yeah.
no, I'm good.
There's you cannot tell that old man nothing. He's set in his own ways. So all right. So Brandon Cushing, that's a good interview. That guy is pretty cool. Good enthusiasm about the sport. He just loves racing. Doesn't matter if it's outboard, inboard, flat bottom. He just wants to go fast. Wants his kids to go fast. Wants everyone to go fast. From pretty much.
Brandon's wife just said it's also closer to 17 on the boat. So can we get a 20? So 17? You can't have an odd number.
And
So
his
this is
wife
lead
is
to his
cool
wife.
with this.
Yeah, he's
Yeah, you
he's
gotta
gotta
get
get that 5
18
liter.
at
Gotta
be
get
18.
the
You can't have
5
an odd
liter.
number of boats.
Gotta get the 5 liter. Let's go.
Team up with Richards.
Yeah.
They can have like a 5-boat GP
Exactly.
team to finish the 20. There's a couple out there that could buy.
Yeah, so there's some good racing out there from what I saw.
Yeah, I think it was Carson Kelly won T-boat.
Yeah, I just want to
Davenport
let
won
you know
2.5.
out there.
Justin and 2.5 mod. Did they run 350? I didn't see anything about
I
350.
think there was only like 2 boats.
They ran 1 liter mod out there. Timmy Collins was racing out there, and he'll be racing out in Caesars Creek this weekend. Vote for Timmy
Traveling
Collins.
full.
Vote for Timmy Collins.
Is this his first Region 6 race of the year?
Yeah.
I'll be devil advocate.
Yeah. I mean, yeah,
That was for
Those
Region
indicator.
7.
I mean, it's Region 7, but
it's
like
adopted 6.
Hey, speaking of that, I was looking at the rules today, and I was like asking my friend ChatGPT how to split the country and all this. And in the bylaws, we already have it split. It's like Eastern Division as regions 1, 2 through 7, and then that West Coast is like 7, 8, 9, 10. I was like, look, you already have it in the book because you got an Eastern Division and a Western Division.
Right?
So solves the problem.
So yeah, get on board with us, people, about splitting this country down the middle.
All right, so 350 we had Kip, Hill, and Marissa took third in the E62.
Marissa was driving a 350, 5 liter?
Yeah, she drove the E62, the Raining Thunder.
Okay.
His newer boat.
The yellow one?
Yeah.
The one that has that cool paint job?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah,
It's got
yeah.
that cool paint job.
Yeah.
Yep.
I remember seeing that being done over the winter. It looked real cool. So that's cool. Is that their last? That's their last race of the season, I believe.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Still got Mahogany and Merlot. That's about it. The vintage thing.
I thought
that's a
full-on
vintage
vintage
So
race,
event.
But Brandon,
dude, I know. I'm sitting here. I'm like, Mahogany's wood and Merlot is wine. I'm like, what does wood and wine have to do with boat racing? I was like, I'm not understanding this, man. A full vintage. Wait.
That's why it's not wine then wood.
Wait. Can we show up with our boats and do a demonstration of inboard hydroplane racing?
Apparently, it's legal now. I've seen it happen.
Can I do a flag lap? I just want to go out there in an inboard with the capsule and do a flag lap. And then cool. I want to make sure I get my 2 flights of inboard.
Nah, he'd stuff it.
Yeah. Problem is, you're not an APBA member.
I'm not. I'm not it. You are right about that.
Yeah,
you are right about that. I am not an APBA member, but just to remind you,
$25.
Vote for Tim Collins, 2026 Inboard Chair. Not a hashtag, not a puppet. Hashtag 2009 inspection. If you want to know what that means, just inbox me.
Mom's DMs are about to blow up.
Let's go.
and every response is going to be something different.
I guarantee you the 2009 inspection, the dude doesn't even remember what he did. And no, it was not. It was Tim Collins had nothing to do with the 2009 inspection. Just to let you know.
Tim Collins wasn't even racing back then. He was probably riding in a skiff back then.
No, he was traveling with the boat that he owns. Jim Shapley.
Yeah. He was Jim's puppet back then.
But vote for Tim. What else do we got? We have Caesars Creek coming up. The Waynesville Hydro Bowl, I believe.
Yes.
All right. Put on by Craig Kreitzer. That man he's wearing himself thin. He's putting on Rocky Fork. Now he's putting on Caesars Creek, and I don't think he gets enough help, but he keeps doing it. So hats off to that man. He tries.
You just said he's wearing himself thin.
Man. Does a good job too. Caesars Creek's
you seen him in them suspenders?
Of course.
He ain't wearing himself thin.
I do not want to see Craig in suspenders, man. I like Craig, but
dude, it's gonna be warm this weekend. We might see
like
shirtless
500 picture he posted.
It's gonna be like 80 and
But
sunny.
nah, what he does for the sport and doing them races up there, that's pretty cool in the test session. So
All while fielding
2K
a number
boats.
of boats.
Fun race. It's a
2
cool
K
course.
boats, 1 SE, 1 cracker box, 2 1 liters, 1 2.5 stock, 1 2.5 mod, and then the old Spider T boat. He said, "Let's not talk about outboard." Thanks for having me.
we'd have Bobby add that up, but we'll pass.
I'm not. I can't add it up because I'm
41.
reading on the screen. And I need my calculator that's on that same screen, so I'd have to get out of that and go back and forth like 10 times.
You just do it on paper. 1, 2.
Yeah. Tally it up.
Yeah, Caesar's Creek's gonna be a good show. I
Oh,
mean, 2.5
shit.
stocks will have some fast boots there. Obviously, 1 liter mods with Scheckler and Timmy coming, and they still got that elusive high point battle going on.
Yep.
350s, I think, gonna have a good show too, from what I've seen.
Yeah, 350s in Region 6 are strong.
We could have a really good
We'll
2.5
see if
stock
Davenport
battle.
shows up.
I don't know if they're gonna be here.
Wait. Is Davenport
I
showing
would
up?
have to
Wait,
imagine
let
he's
me-
either
let me
on the
call
road
Craig
now or
Marshall
he's
real
not
quick.
coming.
Get that S9 out here.
There's driving lessons.
I'll show you what 4 boat lengths is. But no, the 350, 5 liter class, let's just say 350. It's not 5 liters anymore. There's no
It's not
5
5 liter.
liters.
350. It's gonna be LS.
But in Region 6,
400.
350s are strong.
You got the brand new game on coming out too.
Really? They're coming?
Yep, this will be their first race.
I was about to say the E80 is going to go whoop everyone's ass this weekend, but that game on is strong. The new game on looks good.
It looked pretty
Yeah.
good. In
It
the
looks
first
good
test
down. All
session,
right,
to be
all right.
honest.
I'll be honest. It looks great down the straightaway,
Yeah,
but they
I mean,
got some skid fin work.
yeah, you
They-
got to
except
see
for
what it
that
can
skid
do.
fin. It's like boom, 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 boom.
That's fine. Have you
Yeah,
seen
that's-
Caesar's
I don't even
Creek
think
turns?
the turns exist. They're just like,
But what I was wondering about that test session with the game on is where is that? Because ain't no body of water in Canada we race on
Yeah.
like that. Like, let's go race
whoa,
there.
yeah, why don't we race
No.
there? Like,
It's like a perfect reflection off
damn.
the water. Is there anybody else coming like out of the ordinary?
So. And I haven't heard
In-
like
in
if
350?
Bobby's coming or not. King, I'm not sure. I know the 300's not going. So yeah,
Well.
they'll have their usual with the game on going too. So yeah.
Region
they'll
6.
get good boat count. So that's all that matters. Hopefully Greg gets good turnout.
Yeah, we'll get 3-4
He doesn't do it
classes
for
worth.
himself. He doesn't do it to make money because I mean, he does it for the racers. It's a racers race. Like that's why he puts it on. Yeah,
Greg's been racing
he
as long
just-
as I've
yeah,
been
he wants
alive.
another race. So
I think their family's
yep.
what 63
Long,
years.
long
some
Hey,
shit like
time.
that?
John Brennan said, "Don't pick them. You have shitty luck."
But hey.
This is true. So this shirt,
Hey,
might
if you
backfire
break,
on Chasin Tails
if,
too.
if anything breaks, that's on John. He's been doing some weird things to the boat, so that's not on me.
I'm just glad he got a chair for
It's not
Greg
the fuel.
Isaac. That's awesome. Purple chair.
What is he selling? Is it Greg Isaac or something?
I think so. I seen a picture today. He photoshopped it sitting in front of Greg's boat. Speaking of, hey, I think Greg posted your flip video again today.
Man,
We should watch it. Let's watch it.
Hell
We'll pull
yeah.
her up.
oh man,
We go watch it.
Yeah.
Pull it
You
up.
pulling it up? Hell yeah.
And hey, you still got that start queued up, Kyle? We got off the pod
Dude,
last
I
week.
might.
And
I was just about to
Kyle
ask you
was
if you could pull that
ready
up. We should
with
pull that one up.
a start video of Bobby's. I mean, he had this thing in the queue. Just throw it.
He had it in the queue before the episode.
To be honest,
started.
it was kind of hard to find because Bob hasn't
Right,
raced.
we
since
were
the
almost
fucking
in
last
the
minute.
last time I raced, I beat Kyle.
Oh,
Dude, they barely had video back then.
it was black and
I'm
white.
telling you.
Is that when you hit the two
Caesar's
billies?
Creek last year.
Like we have to go back to Vimeo to find videos of Bob.
Man, this is a rough crowd here. But I tell you what, I nailed that start. Where were you on that start?
It is.
I got Tommy in my ear. I don't know if y'all can hear John and Tommy.
Man, all we need is a little skid fin adjustment. That thing was hauling ass that day.
I mean, look how blurred this video is, Bob. That's how old it is. Look at
That's
it.
what I'm
It's
saying.
rolling for that
That's what they
little
all
two
look like.
stop. Hey, you saved it that time. Gotta go another lap.
Like,
Up, now
he
Tommy
jumped
got
on
to
the
your
inside and he got
inside.
me. We needed a skid fin adjustment.
That's because you can't turn. Where you go,
And I tell you, I was going to send her. I was going to send her.
He done center. I mean, Tommy's tail's
Yeah,
dropping
he
like
sure
he's
fucking
lifting
did.
16 times in their straightaway. Bob's just full send. About this time, hold up, I'll back it up. About this time, right here, Bob's still upside down. I was already sitting in the S88 ready for next heat. He ain't gonna make it back.
That was, I believe that was
a good one.
I still got the S88 won the Summer Nationals.
Yes, you did. Yep. You somehow got back to the pits for that one.
Yeah, because they were trying to hook shit up to me in an ambulance, and I'm pulling stuff off. I'm like, nope, I got another boat to go race. They're like, your heart race is going a little bit. I'm like, no shit, I just flipped.
Yeah, exactly. Did you not just see me?
I'm like, come on now. Yeah, my heart's going to be going a little bit. But yeah, I sent her a little too hard there, bud. But man, we need is a little bit of skid fin adjustment because that thing was too straight. And as soon as you set, it just wanted to hike the boat up. And that's why it kept sliding out.
Is that the last time?
I don't think
ran?
Kim and them have run it yet. They're still waiting for that new Mazda.
He's ran it a couple times.
Good thing we didn't wait for that
out
Mazda because it still ain't out.
Yeah, I ran it. I went and established the quarter-mile record.
But yeah, this guy blows it over, and then let's go send him through the traps at a quarter mile.
Well, it was,
Brandon pointed out that the A7 on the outside there was the one that he owned. Well, there's a funny story about that boat I forgot to mention earlier that Bobby, myself, and my dad have driven that one. Nope.
That was my first 2.5 mod ride.
It was Masterman's, and then it was Kootenai's boat.
That's the boat that
was
went over
the
the
most
dam.
meticulous. When I drove it, that was the most meticulous boat I've ever been in. I didn't even want to step on the deck. That thing was so pretty.
Brandon Cushing, that boat has been over a dam that drops down about 30 feet. It lost the rudder in Sherrill, South Carolina.
Yep.
And went straight over a dam. And that's about the time, I think that's the first year they had the safety cell installed. And if it wasn't for the safety cell, Nikki Pellerin probably wouldn't be here anymore. It was freaky, man. You walk over the bridge, here's the water level, you look way down, and there's the boat. There was the boat down there at the bottom of the dam. Craziest thing ever.
Wow. I wonder if somebody's got a picture of that. Somebody had to have a camera back then.
My mom does. My mom used to take pictures of everything back then, but that was crazy.
Yeah,
when you walked over the bridge, if you looked at the water, before you looked at the boat, there was alligator sitting there.
No,
there was an alligator sitting there. So that was crazy.
It's wild.
That's one race we need back is Sherrill. That was a cool race. You could race during the day, then you walk up through a little path, and then all the boat racers rented cabins, and you stayed in cabins and have a big party at night. And if you get there a day early, you get to go golfing at the golf course right there. That was pretty cool. That was a cool place.
Good time.
Brandon must have not played there much.
No, actually, I think the last time we were there, Aunt Sandy they threw a baby shower there for her in the motorhome.
Yeah, probably.
So that was the last time we were there.
Nice.
1991, I believe. Yeah.
Was that where did we race? On the river? Great PD River?
No, it was a lake. It was a lake. Well, there's a river, but if you look, there's a lake and it's dammed. It's right at the state park because that's a state park right there.
All right. I was just looking it up. I ain't looked that up. Maybe we'll put on a race there.
That was
way over here. Lake Juniper.
Juniper. But yeah,
Heck yeah, that looks nice.
That perfect water. I mean, nice water, smooth, just like Raleigh, man. That's another race down there. Wish we had back. Raleigh and Sherall, they were awesome races.
Wonder why we didn't go back there. State Park probably said never mind. Well, here's probably the dam right here. Let's see. We're off on a tangent here.
It happens.
At the dam? Maybe.
Yeah.
There's a bridge, walkway bridge.
Yeah, that's the dam. So that's about a 20-foot dam that he went down.
Yeah, that's wild.
Yep, and that's the bridge.
Nice.
That's area. Where the pits were. Pits used to be.
Maybe
right
we gotta get to contacting. We'll be on it.
Be on it. Well, so what else we got to talk about besides go vote for Timmy Collins for Inboard Chairman?
Well, I don't know.
Nothing. We didn't. I mean, we can get to race this weekend, unfortunately.
Yeah, talk about a sensitive subject.
Really anything going on.
I don't even know if Chasin Tails wants to get involved on that one. I mean,
nah. I don't know. Weather looked all right.
I know, but if it was iffy from a race director standpoint, you're about to drop a crap load of money. You're about to spend money on ambulances, cranes, all this stuff that if you do get blown out, it could very potentially ruin the race for the future. You know, a lot of races run on shoestring budgets, and just being blown out could wreck their future. So it's a catch-22, damned if you do, damned if you don't. You know, if there was a lot of wind and rain, everyone would have been like, oh, good call, good call. Now there wasn't a lot of rain or wind and it was nice. You know, it sucks, but at the same time, look, everyone saved thousands of dollars staying home.
There's the A7 now. Just a little hole in the bottom.
Just a little bit.
Just a few weeks ago, right?
Yeah, definitely one of them.
Bipe said you're getting soft, Kyle.
What's up?
Bipe said you're getting soft.
But yeah, I don't know, man. We've talked about our rule proposals. Everybody knows we're going to try to split this country. I don't know. The Y-boat 2.5 conversation, I feel like, again, we just heard what Brandon Cushing saying it's strong out west. Like, it's one of those, maybe it should. Yeah. Well, it sounded like they got a strong Y-boat class. They got the opposite thing of us. They got a strong Y-boat class and not 2.5. So just if we make it a legal combination, boom. That's your solve.
I think they got, I'm curious to see if that is that 91. Did they recently
I think that was their first run with it.
Okay, because I saw it was out this weekend, but I haven't seen it out all year, so I assume that was a recent purchase.
This is where Dennis would bring it out.
Okay. So here's my thought.
Paint job.
Here's my thought.
Hold up.
Tim Collins is thinking about going to a 2.5 stock.
You can't do your thoughts without me getting a drum roll going.
There's been talk about Tim Collins. There's talks about.
God dang it, Austin.
There's talks about Tim Collins going 2.5 stocks. So then you drop 1 liter mod from out west, some races out east. I don't know what.
I think you just make it a legal, like Kyle said last week or last time we were on. Make it a legal combination, Y's and S, and let nature take its course.
Yeah. So if
you have enough of both, and everybody wants to run their own, run their own. But if you have 2 1 liter mods, you can't make a legal start. You can't. It's not possible.
I'm sorry, rules, 2 or 3 boats also just kind of
You
sucks.
should tell them they're running as 2.5 stocks that weekend and let them score points in the 2.5 stock class. And I think either one or two things are going to happen. Either enough people are going to want to run 1 liter mods, and then you don't really have to worry about it, or people are going to get sick of it and they're going to run just move to 2.5 stock.
I agree.
Sometimes nature just takes its course.
And like again, I'd be really interested to see this actually happen on.
And if there's
on the course, because the only real comparison that I've seen was Decatur, and again, I never saw times, but I was told they were pretty close.
And if you have a 1 liter mod out there, and
be interesting to see.
You know, you're just wondering like, I don't have enough boats to race or blah blah blah. Anyway, you run a 2-stroke, you already have a gearbox. That takes about $1,000 out of the equation to switch to a Honda. You keep that gearbox, you put a Honda in, retrofit it to the Honda, that saves you $1,000. So you already have a boat, you already have the gearbox, put a Honda in there, go 2.5 stock racing, let's go. I mean, it is better to take 5 boats in this class, 3 or 4 boats in this class. Let's put them together and have a bigger class each weekend versus a class with a few boats here and a class with a few boats here. We just got to make it stronger, make it bigger. It's better for the fans. It's better for racing and competition. So all around, it should be better.
They that comment is that they did it in Hampton. It was very close.
Uncle George.
Who said that?
Uncle George.
Sounds like a Jamie McClure comment.
Who was my dad? Yeah. But no, I mean, it's one of them deals. Like, let's just see how it plays out. I think the worst part. All right, so let's get into that conversation about the inboard chairman. Obviously, you want to go for Timmy Collins. I guess there's going to be a write-in of Dutch Squires, or write-in. You guys love Chasin Tails. Write-in Chasin Tails. We'll figure out who's going to take that position if you want.
Write in Chasin Tails.
Just write in.
If you write in anything, write in Chasin Tails.
Or Kyle Bipes. We'll put him up there.
Awesome.
He's got a big mouth for it. But anyway, the first thing you got to do is limit the people on that dang thing. There's 18 some people on the IRC. That's more than
all right. Like, because I'm
go
wearing
down
the
to like
shirt.
6, 3 on each coast. Done.
Because I'm wearing the shirt, I will say one of his plans, if he gets elected again, he wants to shrink the IRC. He says there's way too many people on there. It's hard to get anything done, and then
you get burnt out by the time. I mean, we went through it this year, so we had eyes on things. By the time you're done arguing over one rule, you are burnt out because you've just argued with 18 different opinions. Like, even if you're arguing in the same direction, you're arguing against each other, and it's a waste of time.
Yeah.
So what we want to shrink it to, I think 6. I think get rid of the regions. Like, you can have your region chairman, your region commissioner, whatever, but they don't get a vote. You're going to have 3 people on each side of the country that get an actual vote. And then the 7th is the tiebreaker of the chairman. That's my opinion.
Yeah, I think 3 on each coast is good.
I don't hate it.
So, yeah, I mean, I'd like to hear Timmy Collins' thoughts on how he would like to shrink it. I know he says it's way too big.
Well, if you were an APBA member, you'd probably hear his thoughts.
If I was an APBA member, I could probably hear his thoughts.
I think it was sent in an APBA email.
At least comment on them.
Oh, APBA email. I wouldn't know what that is.
You can vote for Lincoln. Lincoln gets a vote. You want to vote for Lincoln? He's a member.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Jillian said you can have.
Hell yeah, my grandfather is still a PBA member. He's going to vote too.
This is like the United States of America.
United States of America. That's just like, hey, that's like at the
Bob's
that's
voting
like
by mail.
That's like the presidential election. Hey, all of a sudden, look, this person's running. Vote for them. Like, good job, Camilla.
I didn't even know people were running. I didn't know. It was all hearsay. Bowser was running for a bit.
No, well, all right.
The
clear the air. Sean Bowser.
You mean
he dropped out 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, so his name is still ago. So to be diplomatic, and because Chasin Tails doesn't pick sides,
we don't pick sides.
The ballots go out tomorrow. Sean Bowser's name will be in. Dutch Squires has requested to be a write-in. And again, like I said, if you want to write in Chasin Tails because we're ready to change the world, write in Chasin Tails.
Yes, if you write in anything, it's Chasin Tails, but vote for Tim Collins.
But Billy Noonan said 1 IRC vote per region that holds a race. I think that's old school mentality.
Yeah.
I just don't think it's necessary. You take the East Coast and you take all those regions, whatever I just said they were, 1 through 7, and you vote in 3 people. So every commissioner goes into a hat, and we're going to vote in the best 3 we think that are going to help the sport. Because all 1 per region, you got 18 people plus, or 15 people plus the appointees. Like, you're beating your head up against the wall.
I think the problem with the way we got it now is,
Yeah.
what is it, 2 per region? And if you put any sort of number on region or number of races, you run into the issue that what the Midwest needs for their races is different than what the East Coast needs for their races, which is different what Florida, will call it the South, needs for their races, which is different from the West Coast needs from their races. I think the sport as a whole needs a direction, not just everybody's individual needs.
Right.
That's what we get right now. Region 6 wants this, Region 7 wants that, Region 8 wants that, or whatever region. Like, I mean, you can put whatever number at the end of region you want, and they all want things that are good for their region, and I'm not faulting anybody for wanting them. Everybody's got their needs. But I think the sport has lacked an overall direction for a long. Got a lot of individual direction. Some race sites do good, some don't. Some go away, exactly. Some come back.
And
it's kind of just been this constant cycle of
really difficult.
Something happens.
We're just hearing about this. The emails just came out today about Dutch running, and I have nothing against Dutch. He's run it before. He's retired. He's got plenty of time to do the bureaucratic stuff you have to do as an inboard chairman that maybe Timmy lacked on, because he's actually just trying to race and promote the sport in different ways. But like, we just got that news, and now we have to vote tomorrow. Like, why aren't we hearing their plan? Like, I still hate it. Every IRC meeting I got into, the new chairman would get in, and this is my 5-year plan. Well, you're out of here in 2 years, so we don't need 5 years. Like, let's start this. And if you had a rolling through of like people that wanted to go in the same direction, it'd be great. But it's just like America. You got people going in one direction, then next Democrats get voted in and they go the other direction. But our sport is so small and so fragile. We really need a good plan before we vote. Like, what are you planning to do to improve the sport? Vote count aside, like, just work with vote count we have. How can we improve the sport right now?
And we've talked about it before, and like, we can talk about it all we want. It's easier said than done, no doubt. But I mean, I'll still stand by it. I think the biggest things we need to do are focus on the race sites that have potential. And I'm not saying we don't give attention to the other race sites, but those race sites are like, I wish we could say we even have a model for what the right thing to do is, but like, we can say Valleyfield's this model, but where are you going to find a population that has a history other than Madison,
right,
like Valleyfield in boat racing? Nowhere. Which means it's not a model. It's a one-off. And that's great. It's awesome that we have a one-off. It's awesome that we have 2 one-offs. Madison, shit, we even have a couple out west. Like, it's awesome we have those, but like, they're not models because they're not replicable. Like, you need to focus on these couple race sites that have a good population. And that's the biggest thing. We race in so many places that don't have population around them. And like I said in my one post, you're needing to pull such a high percentage of the local population to your race for it to be successful. And I just feel like that's super optimistic. I wish our sport had that draw, but we don't have it.
We need more creative ways to get people there, not just the racing aspect of it.
And I think while we build that draw, the goal should be to focus on places where we don't have to pull 50% of the local population. We pull 20 and we get a profitable turnout. The race is sustainable and we have something to build on while we build the draw, that's the social media side. That's the podcast side, the live stream side. That's why I think the argument of you can't have a live stream is stupid. The live stream is not to benefit the race sites. It might even in some ways minorly hurt the race sites for sure. But the sport growing will help those race sites. And that's what you need a live stream.
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, and it also helps the towns. You're telling people about the towns, like just thinking of Harford County for Edgewood. Like, that's a pretty popular town that people might want to visit. Havre de Grace has a lot of history, stuff like that. So a live stream actually influences people to come, not even on a race weekend, just maybe they're in the area and they saw it on the live stream, so they're going to stop by. Some of that stuff's not like, you can't put metrics to that to actually prove it. But it's worth a shot, right? And I mean, and obviously, like, back on put that on show that like you can get a local company that maybe they do I don't know what that company does, but maybe they film football games for the local high school. They have the equipment. It's not going to be top tier. Well, theirs was, but like some of these might not be top tier. Like we see H1 HRL do, but it's something, and it's good for people that can't go.
Yeah, I don't think it takes top tier equipment to show what a boat race is. I think it takes a decent camera position and a decent camera. And in most places, the start finish line will get you what you need to see, and it will show you the race. And we always talk about it. You need a decent announcer, I think. Most races, I'd say most of our races, we have one of the handful that are one of the handful that we have, and they all happen to be fairly good.
Yeah, so that's my thing. And like Billy's point again about you have 5 or 6 races that have inboard races, so it's not old school. It's just the methodology of it that, like, just because you have a race, we should get a voice. Well, you can have a voice. You don't need a vote on what the path of the future is. Like, I just pulled it up. So Procter and Gamble's, this is a huge company, obviously everybody knows Fortune 5000, but it has 15 members. They own 65 different brands. So if they had one for every brand, like we do every region, it'd be 65. Or if they had 2 for every brand, like we do for every region, that'd be 130. No, it's you got to neck it down to where we can get a core group that can actually get things done. Like what?
It just goes back. Like you wonder why the U.S. government doesn't work. It's because we got fucking how many districts across every state, across 50 across 50 states. Like, how are we supposed to all agree on the same thing when everybody's got different needs? I think as much as we do have these different needs at different race sites and different regions, like the sport itself needs a direction if we're ever going to go anywhere. Like the sport doesn't have a direction. We don't have a collective goal. We do. We want to grow the sport. Like there's obviously that base. That
when does voting end for Inboard Chair?
How are we gonna get there?
I don't know. I just know it starts tomorrow.
Forgot what the date was on the
Why
email.
don't we have Dutch on next week for a half-hour segment?
I don't think
and
it'll last
Timmy
very
Collins
long.
next week for a half-hour segment. They can
Let
say,
debate.
not debate.
Yeah, no,
but
we'll do it debate.
we can ask them.
Austin's the moderator.
What's their moderator? I want to know what's their plan.
Yeah.
Let's hear Dutch's plan. Yeah. Wow.
Wow, that's crazy.
Gets him excited.
Let's hear Timmy's plan. Let's hear both their plans and then go from there. I mean, this is the problem. All of a sudden,
we might
Dutch
have a big
is up
episode next week. So.
All of a sudden, Dutch is up to write in. Dutch has been MIA for how many years? Why would we want him back? I mean, I'm not saying this being negative. Why would we want him back? I want to know, why does he want to come back? What can he do to help the inboard category?
Yeah. I mean, he has been on the commission, but as a region, because his region gets one, obviously. Colorado gets one, but I don't know what his plan is. I agree.
I want to hear Timmy's plan. I want to, just so we know what to look forward to.
I mean, or just write in Chasin Tails. You've already heard our plan.
Right in Chasin Tails. Right in Chasin Tails. We'll have our IRC meetings on live on here. Austin's like, no.
Austin's like, I don't want to moderate. He's like, please don't say my name. I was told I'm not allowed to have him write in. His mommy said no.
Shit, man.
So, yeah. We see. Here's what you do. You organize. So you're the chairman, but then you got one person right under you, like a retired school teacher, that can just do all that paperwork, scuttlebutt stuff. So we got to find our school teacher, and we're good.
Yeah, I was going to say,
Thompson. She's retired.
There we go. Yep.
She's retired.
Yep. Perfect. There we go. And then Tommy's our brute force.
Yeah, you can't call that secretary. You can't call that secretary and get mad at her that she didn't post the minutes. I can tell you that.
Oh,
that's great.
But yeah, I think that's our rants for the night, right? Do we have anything else?
For Hampton, the GOAT Award, never mind.
The rain, purple rain, purple rain.
All right, guys. Let's wrap it up like a Trojan.
What's that?
What's in your
Yep.
wallet?
Why Bobby says wrap it up like
I
a
got a good
Trojan.
closing
Everyone has
thought.
awkward silence because we know he don't use them. Closing time. Oh, Bobby.
What did I do here? Oh, Kyle, come on, man.
In the middle.
I'm in the middle, but look, yeah, I might be fourth, fifth across
Where's
this.
Bob?
Yeah.
No,
Why
where's
don't you keep
Bob,
playing
man?
it? Why don't you keep
I
playing
think
it, though?
I think
he
you're
at?
third across.
I mean, yeah, you show up at like the exit of the turn and then you
What do you
just
mean I
disappear
disappear
again.
Look at you.
Andrew's.
Oh, there I am.
But look at the camera. The camera stays on Andrew, and you just
Nope.
and
No, I'm still there. Still
oh,
there.
Go around the
There
outside
you
of that
go.
other boat.
Oh, you're gonna disappear though.
Still there. That's the
That
closest
last
anyone
lap, he
got to the
definitely
Steeler.
disappeared.
That's the closest
That
anyone
year,
got to the
yeah.
Steeler, and that's the fastest that boat's ever went.
Yep. You done took Jeff out right there.
Jeff just floundering.
Jeff might have taken himself
Could have won
out.
that race.
So if you were at the start, do you think you could have won?
Probably. No, because I lost the prop.
Yeah, that's true.
I was going to lose a prop no matter what.
but you
If you're at the start, you wouldn't
right,
have to push it.
you were a little
hard.
bit behind, so that little bit might have got you to the finish.
Maybe. Maybe it's only another 500 feet I had to go.
Oh man, I can't believe he just did you like that. But we have been hard on.
It's all right. It's all right.
Like I said, I had to dig, man. There's only like one video.
That one in the tie from Owensboro.
And it's not a Bob hitting bad starts.
That's
It's
all
only
right.
like one video of Bob.
I'll be in Caesars Creek this weekend to see if we can get Kyle to hit a fucking start.
Yeah. Apparently, all it takes is TJ on his radios. I think that's the only start. TJ likes to remind everybody that's
See,
only
I was on the
start.
radios.
When I had Jillian do mine in Mays Landing, she's like, "So I'm just gonna like count a second or two early for you." So
I
do
just
women
want to
figure it
say
out
I want
before
to
we do.
want to thank
actually
Mrs.
kinda
Bipes
smart.
for allowing Kyle Bipes to come to Caesars Creek this week, this weekend.
Yes, guys trip. Go for it. Fun times.
I know that's pointless. I know she doesn't watch this thing.
Is that actually happening?
No, she doesn't.
Maybe he'll show her.
And Elijah's upset you're going to go to a race he's not going to. Get
He
your
makes
ass in your car and drive out
he makes
there,
all
bud.
the races, and he's not going to this one. Joe's going. Eddie's going.
You didn't see his post?
Who's going to make Eddie's post for him?
He had an end of season
Oh man,
post.
I'll make it. Oh man, so most likely I'll be in Caesars Creek. We'll go Chasin Tail live. We're going to do some interviews. We're going to bust on Kyle about his starts, and we're going to have a good time.
Pending Wi-Fi.
Oh
I
shit!
just want to say that.
Shit,
now.
that's right.
Yeah,
I got
Caesars Creek is a little
technical
tough for that.
difficulties.
call service there.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out. We'll
Somebody's
find
gotta have
a decent
Starlink
spot.
we can borrow. Hit us with that outro, Austin.
Nope.
All right,
shit, I ain't
folks.
ready.
Yeah, hold on.
I
I
don't know
gotta
what
check my
number this
notes.
is.
This is
Yeah.
All right, folks.
episode 57.
64.
64, bud.
Oh shit!
Episode 64, Chasing Tails. This was a good one. Talked to Brandon Cushing about what he's doing out west. Getting a lot of people into the boats. Talked a lot of BS after that. And we got some good podcast episodes lined up for you guys coming soon. We're just doing some scheduling, but two guests definitely coming on here shortly are Tanner Faust and Mark Theoret. So it's going to be some good times coming up here for Chasing Tails. You guys enjoy Caesars Creek, and we'll see you guys next week. Peace.